there's some sort of German tournament going on, and they wanted to keep this a secret. They didn't want it. There's no Wikipedia page on it. I only discovered it because there's a German channel casting in German these games with people like Viper in it. What, you thought I wasn't going to take the opportunity to yoink that broadcast? Oh, hell yeah, I am. Let's go. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. I couldn't find any details, so I'm assuming I'm Gucci to go. No one's going to stop me from doing this. 2v2, folks. It is going to be Viper and Sturzik versus Fishcop and Red Panda. Now, Red Panda is a name I've seen before. This person, I think he was floating around like the 200 region, I want to say, on the leaderboards. Currently, at the time of recording, he's 371st. So let's run through these quickly. Red Panda, 371st in 1v1s. Then when we check over with Fishcop, well, Fishcop is currently 25,470, so he doesn't really play 1v. He's 853 elo. Oh, boy. Okay, Sturzik, he must be low elo as well, right? It's a balance point. Sturzik is not even ranked on the 1v1. Sturzik, how about the 2v2s? Set me up, bro. Not even ranked on the 2v2s. Okay, so this is about to be a giant cluster truck. I look forward to it. I don't think we need to introduce Viper. That's the one we're familiar with. This guy is, well, I mean, he's considered the AoE GOAT. Hasn't been looking like the GOAT in M4C. Has to be admitted. He was definitely feeling outclassed. He admitted that he didn't really have his build orders. He got caught off guard. And, you know, there were moments in games where he didn't know what to do against the very readily prepared AoE 4 full-timers. But in this situation, this should be a cruise for him, right? It shouldn't be hard at all. Well, I say that. Red Panda ain't going to be a pushover because Red Panda, if I recall correctly, does play a lot of England. That's his main civ. So this is his prime time opportunity. He's like, you know what? It's time to school Le Viper. You know what beats a Viper? Someone that wears snake boots. And I reckon Red Panda... You thought I was going to say a Red Panda. A Red Panda would not beat a Viper. Come on, let's be realistic here. Red Pandas are adorable, but they're not exactly combatant experts. If this guy had been called Honey Badger, then he wins. Why is there actually... Let's just get that question out of the way quickly. Why is there actually not a pro player called Honey Badger? That has to be like one of the badassest names you could get. I mean, don't get wrong, Killer Pigeon is up there, right, folks? I'm definitely sure chat's behind me on this one. Killer Pigeon is like the most pristine of like animal names you can get. But Honey Badger is pretty damn good too. All right, but let's focus on these Civ matchups because both sides do have France, but then you've got a little bit of variability here. England versus Delhi. It's interesting as well because I feel like Delhi was really starting to get an edge over England in 1v1s. But here in the 2v2s, what's going to matter more is who's being the boomer. And I think in this situation, I would expect the French player to be your eco boomer and then the Delhi player on the other side to be an eco boomer. But considering that both the high-level players, like they're playing England and Delhi respectively, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a lot of French knights clashing in the center while they greedily just rush their way towards castle. And it has to be said, actually, whenever I've watched Viper in team games as Delhi, he's one of the most greedy mother duckers I've ever seen. This guy barely builds any military units. He rushes up to, like, castle, late towards Imperial, and then just spams out elephants. He loves it. So, wouldn't be surprised if he does it. It's a questionable strategy usually when you get into bigger team games, but I think 2v2s, while the map is big, it's not too big that you can't get away with it. And I believe someone was saying that the limitation for Viper in this one, I don't know if it was true or someone's memeing. It would make sense, though, considering he's the only pro-level player here. No offense to Red Panda, but like, you know, it's good to be like around the 300 mark, but you're not, you know, M4C, $100,000 LAN level. Apparently, he's only allowed to use his hand. I might be being memed on, but that seems like a reasonable punishment. I mean, balance to me. So that could be the case. Tech up's underway though, and it looks like slight edge for Viper. Actually, he's got one more person working on the tech up, so Red Panda will follow just behind him. And I think that's a big difference we're seeing. This is how we can tell that, like, you know, these are kind of new guys. They're chill, or they're mid or low rank players. They haven't even begun their tech ups. Look at that! Oh my god, look at that food. Okay, so. I know being close to zero food can be a scary thought, folks, but I promise you, this is not Cossacks. If your food goes to zero, people don't randomly start dying in your population. They will survive. I don't know how they survive. I don't know. Like they probably just eat their own arms. They get too hungry. But you don't have to have this much food. Fish cop. Buddy. Okay. What? Fish cop? Someone get a cop. This is a crime. There's a crime happening right now. Why does the French player have a farm already? Why is he going for deer? He has so much food. Fishcop right now is like, I'm going to get a monopoly on this. Oh my god, it's a Chamber of Commerce. It's a Chamber of Commerce. Oh boy. Now, if I recall correctly, the Chamber of Commerce, I was reading something about it's bugged as well. So, like, because one of the conditions of this is meant to be, like, you get the additional, like, resource return. I think someone was saying that detail doesn't work. I know there's something bugged with this, but I never get to see it because it's that bugged. Like, I've actually forgotten the detail that, like, you know, makes it so broken. But, oh my god. Meanwhile, on the other side, how are we looking over here with Sturzik? School of Cat. There we go. Sturzik knows what's up. And luckily, Sturzik, thanks to all the hoarding, has plenty of food and gold to spam a crap ton of knights. Fishcop, on the other hand, doesn't even have the wood to build a stable yet to protect themselves. And I wonder, I don't know if these guys are allowed to communicate. Because if they are, there's no way that Red Panda has looked across at his teammate's base and said this is okay, right? There's no way. Right now, he has to be, like, ripping hair out. Right now, he's not like he's not a cute, fluffy red panda anymore. He's probably starting to, like, the hair's falling out. He's becoming a naked mole rat. But it's time for him to try and make Viper go bald. Lombos are in. Viper, uh-oh. Oh my god, he might be playing with only a mouse. Like, that villager is just AFK for no reason. And it's not like Viper's got much more to worry about in his base, right? He might be giving advice to Sturzik, but outside that, like, there's nothing that's really going to be distracting him. He's just sitting in his base gathering resources. In fact, he even went for the triple Musk. Yep. Well, I mean, I said it, folks. I said when you get Viper in team games, you get one of the most greedy people you're ever going to meet. And this screams greed to me. 3 mosques. He wants all the technology. And all the upgrades as quickly as possible, too. He's just going to om-nom them as quickly as he can. Lombos, in the meantime. Oh, no, Sturzik as well. I think both... No, okay, Textiles was researched by Viper. Well played there. And it would have been quick as well due to all the mosques. But Lombos are going to be punished now. Horsemen riding out from Sturzik. I like this play. I think Knights are kind of overrated at this point. However, had Sturzik realized that his counterpart hasn't even gone for Knights, he might have went for himself. Knights that are now coming out for Fishcop as he did build into a stable. And Scout. Oh, man. Viper's snitching on all this. He knows about the pocket expansion. This is such a greedy eco pocket expansion so early. Uh-oh. Red Panda's in. He's Bob the Builder in it up. So no gold for Viper. Viper not in a situation where he can move out to control the sacred sites either, because his teammate, while having Horseman, doesn't have too many Knights. Meanwhile, on the other side, I think Fishcop, yeah, he's going for his second stable. Guys, it's the big brain play. We didn't realize it. He's holding surplus so that he can just infinitely push anything he wants at. Oh, my God. Whoa, whoa. All right, Sturzik. Holy crap. Someone just got Daddy's inheritance here. Dropping 2 additional stables at 8.5 minutes in. Looking at the gold number, not really sure where he's getting the gold required for this, but you know what? It's the 21st century. You just get loans, right? Just say you'll pay the bank back, and if you can't, just go bankrupt. Just stand up at your seat in the land center and yell, "I declare bankruptcy!" And then just go back to what you were doing. Outpost now continue to be built up by Red Panda. And right out, they've had enough of that. And I believe Red Panda's missing something a little bit critical here. I like to get a bit too critical, but Pokey Spears right now would have been good. Viper. Oh my god, there's so many. There's so many scholars. Oh, Herbal Medicine wasn't banned. Well, no, Herbal Medicine wasn't banned in this, folks. Stuff's about to get pretty dumb, not gonna lie. Everything gets healed. Welcome to the NHS of Age of Empires 4. Weirdly not belonging to the English. Not sure what that one's about. But they're just going now. This group could actually do a lot of damage. With that many healers, this could hurt. Although, admittedly, Sturzik does need to protect the scholars. Red Panda also needs to realize that the scholars unprotected. Oh no. What's happening over here? Viper is getting gold. Yep, he's being the greedy son of a gun we expect. The only thing he's contributed so far is medical aid. He refuses to have a standing army. He's the Mother Teresa of this 2v2. And he's already on his way up into Castle Age. The only one, in fact. Meanwhile, secondary TC coming out from Red Panda. So instead of going up, he's going to the side. And now Fishcop pushing the racks units. He is in the Spear Knight composition. However, can it beat Herbal Medicine? Oh no, the Circle Jerk. The Circle Jerk is so dumb. I mean, in theory, could you just burn down a TC with the healing? I mean, if you stay close, yes. The Horsemen are being picked, though. Scholars just walking in. Must heal. No, they failed. They failed the job. Come on, Circle Jerk. Circle Jerk heal Viper. Circle Jerk heal. No, he's too late. It's not one down. No one's going to get sniped. The TC fire. Remember the double arrows coming out from English TCs. That's hurting. Third Scholar going down. Oh my, mistakes have been made. Sturzik, he keeps running away from healing. Why do you hate Viper's love kisses? He just wants to kiss the boo-boos better. But Sturzik's like, no, I don't need it. And a mistake has been made here. There's so many spears. The Scholars, the only thing they can do now is heal themselves. And I don't think that's even going to be good enough. They're going down as well. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. All of them dead. That's Viper's research rates in the gutter. He has at least teched up, but this is frustrating. You just completed your tech up. You can't even get into anything quickly here. Best thing you can do is go into an archery range. Oh, my goodness. Viper, he has not been practicing the I'll pat your back while you pat mine. I pat your head while you pat mine seems more appropriate. But yeah, it's just the circle of healing. You got to get him on top of each other. Not in a weird way. But now it is suddenly Team 2's turn to go. Team 1 in a delicate state right now. Sturzik is hard committing into the farmlands. And this is going to delay the rebuild of his army. This could hurt. There is a sizable force coming your way. Oh my. And Viper, true to form, still has no military units. After the Scholars got butchered, that count is really low. Military at 6. I think one of them scouts and 4 of them are going to be Scholars, right? And he's just building more Scholars. Oh, this game. Another mosque. What is going on, Viper? Is he not allowed to build military units? Is that the condition here? Is this like, has this been required upon him? Or is he just choosing to do this? Because he built an archery range. But his gold, he's stuck, right? He doesn't have enough gold. He's only got, oh my god, 5 people on the gold. He's got 9 over here, but those 9 are going to be denied. This is crippling. I mean, the good news is you have a lot of moss to slow down the assault. However, that assault is now going to shift over. No, Viper, it's a civil war. A civil war he has to run away from. He tries to man the peasantry, arm them all, but it's not going to be good enough. They have to back away. Scout's going to be assassinated, but now Viper's base is looking a little empty. Rams being built. Red Panda's feeling it. He's like, yes, it's my dream come true. I've always wanted to beat the Viper. He might at this rate. Because Le Snake is looking done right now. Scholar count increasing. The passive-aggressive challenge in this game. This could be the way, folks. Remember those Phillies, they do, what, 12 damage with their shivs? If you can heal their 75 health pool with all these Scholars, you could win this. You're only up against Spears and... Okay, you're up against Royal Knights. That's a bigger problem. You're up against Spears, Royal Knights, and Longbow. Okay, every time I add to the list, it gets worse. If it was just Spears, maybe. However, they're on the Dome of Faith. Burn it down quickly here. A lot of torches being thrown in. No pressure onto their economies either. Everything grinding to a halt for Viper, as Viper will return to gathering on the food. But Scholars, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. There's an injured villager here. Wait, Viper? What? Why are you on the deer? Viper? Why the deer? What? Why not the berries? Oh, no. He's moving in. He needs to protect himself. Villagers under the TC, under fire. They're not garrisoning, though. They're trying to get to the Rams. Trying to burn them down. Wrap around. Spear's going to block the march in from Sturzik's Knights. The Longbowmen are now going to start to target down the Scholars. Scholars trying to kill everything healthy, keep themselves healthy. They're just tanking as much fire as possible. Like a giant Reinhardt shield at this stage. And Fishcop, I think he bit off more than he can chew. I don't know how long you stay here. The elephant's now coming out. Passive-aggressive Viper is gone. 15-minute barrier pass. He's like, it's time to fight. However, the Spearman will surround him. And that elephant is not getting healed. The scholars, they're healing each other right now. Oh, I don't think this is good enough. I think he's going to lose the elephant. Lombos, they're focusing on the scholars instead of focusing on the elephants. So the elephant is going to live. Uh-oh. That's a problem. He will heal up to full. The army's going to get butchered now. Sturzik with the cavalry count in his favor. They're going to buffer Team 2 back and away. Oh my god. This game is absurd. Viper, after all that, his eco sitting at a mere 29. Red Panda up at 70, but the average at about 40. Definitely feeling the pain, but the min-maxing on the scholars could be the difference maker here. 1 or 2 tower elephants is really all he needs to break his opponent's base. But look at the move, Red Panda. White tower being built over the central sacred site is like, no. I know what the Delhi want to do. Not today. Meantime, any scalability? Fishcop, pretty much nothing changing in his base except more houses. They do look pretty as well. I respect him for setting up a residential district in his base. It's very admirable. I think this is underrated, guys. It's very organized. German efficiency right here. You can tell this is a German tournament. I thought Red Panda was German, but this doesn't look like a German efficiency base. The White Tower will be efficient. Give him some wiggle room into the center. Staging point as well. However, there is always the option of just, kind of taking that World War II blitzkrieg strategy and going round. And then blitzing through into the base of Fishcop, who is not ready to protect against this. And oh my god, Viper, he's got the relic. He's got the relic. No, say it won't be so. Fishcop, he's not going to be baited in. He's held hostage by the fact there's a relic in the hands of a scholar. He has to back away. And the archers need to save the day here. They need to get that relic on the ground, but even if they do, someone else can pick it up. It's just like the banner for the army. If the man carrying it goes down, pick it up again. Wollo coming out, that's going to force him away. Knight's going to keep on chasing. But now the attack speed buff is there for Red Panda. Knight's going to peel off. Scholars are there to heal. He says, no, don't back away, go in. The Scholars will keep you alive, but he's a liar. Because the Knights are still being assassinated. It looks like the Scholars are more or less just healing themselves. The spear count is going down. Tower Elephant making the difference here. Movement in towards the White Tower, but this is really not where you want to be. You need to be moving towards the eco line. This is the wrong direction. And the Scholars are just left standing in a circle, just healing onto each other like, it's not going to be good enough. The Tower Elephant can move away, but there's no longer cavalry here, and this means you can just be picked apart from range. The Knights wasted the time, the Scholars. Scholars trying to fixate on the Tower Elephant again, but now the Knights will march in, not focusing on the Scholars, but the Scholars are not on top of the elephant! Oh, no! Viper. This was not the intended plan, he says. Back to the drawing board he goes. And a new War Elephant coming out. Viper. His resources are so bad right now because he's just fixated on Scholars. At least the Scholar count is somewhat increasing now, up to 10. Good lord. Meanwhile, this Sturzik's base, is there any transition? Is there any change? No, it's just stubbornly still Knights. Red Panda continuing to extend his influence now. And now, look at that. Viper, what a generous donation. Thank you, Viper, for the 1 relic donation. Whoop, whoop. Easiest pickup for the Monk ever. Now, Red Panda will move out to deny that variable. Doesn't want to worry about Wollos in the fights. And Maganel, oh no. Well, you know what? Healing is good, right? The whole idea of like, oh yeah, what's that? You got a cart, I can heal that. That's great. What do you do when you're crushed by a giant boulder? That's when healing's not quite effective anymore. And it has to be said that even with 130 health, if you go up to like 4 Maganels, you're guaranteed insta-sniping these Scholars. And these Scholars aren't exactly going to dodge the fire when they're standing on top of each other, patting each other's heads. However, did he get the movement speed? Yeah. So this is the variable that can matter. Remember that this ridiculous element exists for the Delhi. They're able to juice up their Scholars' movement speed to 1.5 tiles. So in theory, you can somewhat dodge out the Maganel shots. But I still think it's just going to be overwhelming firepower that kills you. So I don't know if you can directly take a fight. You really need the cavalry to find and snipe out the Maganels. Looks like there is a tech up now coming out from Sturzik. Fishcop, still lagging behind, though. Fishcop, there's a lot of gold in your economy, buddy. He's like, I'm not French, I'm French-Swiss. That's a thing. And as a result, he feels a need to open his own bank. It's like the Medicis will not outdo us on this day. What is he really doing with this gold? I mean, the food is wiggling up, so we might be getting a tech up soon. He's also prepping for Arbiter by the looks of it, so I think he's like consciously aware of what he needs to save for. But you could just trade. Just trade for the remaining food, please. That's so much gold. That's a stupid amount. Like, honest to God, you could just make your furniture could be made out of gold at this point. You could build a house of gold with this much. We'll eventually get there, but definitely feel like he could have been here a bit quicker. Mangonels are now coming out for Viper, so kind of aware of what he needs to do. And it's awkward as well, because you kind of want Springles, right? You have to understand that your opponent is probably gone into Magas as well, right? Because he has got the White Tower. You saw the Siege Workshop when you were last here. So you're going to have to contend with that. But understandably, he needs a way of getting through that giant clump that is being built up by the English players. There's a lot of spears here. If you can get rid of the spears, the Knights potentially reign supreme. An outpost now going up for Red Panda, so... It's a chugga-chugga-choo-choo, the slow move across the map. What? Why? Fish cop. I don't... Like, this would at least... Please. This would at least make a little bit more sense in my mind if you had a guild hall. This is where part was coming from. But it's just so much gold. So much gold. And now he's building it. Okay, so at some point, Fish cop was like, my economy is not strong enough. Dog, you're floating like 3k gold right now, please. But you will get a TC expansion, which is an edge you'll have over Sturzik, and he'll need it as well, considering how late he's going to be on the castle up. And that upgrade is coming through for Sturzik, so he's about to have the Veteran Royal Knights. That really could be the edge, the difference maker. But the moment the Mangonel shot's coming in, no! Death to religion, says the Mangonel crew. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Tower Elephant trying to do the business right out by the Knights. Needs to be countered, but the spears are out of position from Red Panda. Sturzik, the delayed arrival in the fight, might be to their benefit here, but he needs to peel off. More reinforcements arriving. The attack speed is also a concern. The English kind of getting the edge with this many spears. And he will regroup, but now he has to deal with the spears on the front line. Heals coming out, but the Mago shots again. Oh no! One more and they're all dead. Tries for the staggered formation, but that means they're not healing. And the circle jerk will begin, but half of the scholars are dead. Why does everyone hate learning in religion so much in this game? Viper's just over here trying to educate people, and the only thing they're being educated about is how annoying scholars are, but actually how futile and useless an 80-20 composition of scholars is to try and win a game. Because this is doing nothing. And this time, I feel like Team 2 might take a little bit more than they did last time. Mago shot coming out. Decent shot, but not good enough. Rams now being built. Burned down onto the Siege Workshop. That's a pricey investment. Remember, Viper's economy still sucks compared to everyone else's in this game. Especially when he keeps investing in Tower Roth. How does he only have 34 eco? Has he not been building more village? Oh my god. Viper hasn't been building more villages. And I don't know how long that's been the case, but it's been a while. Because he was about like 28 several minutes ago. He's not been building villages. So it's really like you can have one Tower Elephant, as many scholars as you want, and that's literally it. Oh no. Oh, this is a problem. All the scholars in the world not going to find you a way to win this at this rate. Oh no, the Mangonels. Gonna clean up the Knights. These Knights, not that impressive in small quantities, keep now being dropped by Red Panda. In the meantime, a raid. They found Viper's eco expansion. Villagers will retreat to the south, but Viper having barely any eco at this stage in the game. This really is just a giant kick at the nuts for Viper. He's got to be having a laugh about this one, but it's also got to feel like a facepalm moment. This Red Panda, he's unleashed his army. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, Viper is at 24 military, over half of that is scholars. Meanwhile, Red Panda approaching the 100 military pop max. Oh, God, this is... I mean, this one's over. I don't see any way back in at this stage. Fish Corp has... Please. How is Fish... He's still not teched up. He's still not teched. We're 25 minutes in, dog. You got almost 4k gold. Before the game ends, could you please castle? I mean, where is he even going? Okay, he's going for the gold. He really isn't happy with them. Both of them have way too much gold. I'm losing it. I'm losing it right now. Not as much as Viper is losing this game. TC soon to crumble. House of Learner is going to go down as well. I mean, this is over. The Mago hitting you into the center of the mats here, actually getting maximum values that hits both of them. The Waddle play is going to be a fat fail by Viper. And he is going to just be a fat blob on the ground as there's not going to be much left to his base. Nothing left that can contend. TC is going to go down. House of Learning's already on fire. And that is going to be one player out and one player left for Team 1. And I don't think Sturzic's going to be ruling the world from his position here. As Viper is out. Wine Guard Palace. Red Panda's like, I need a forward staging point, bro. Gotta get those siege armies out. We ain't done yet. Sturzic's next on the hit list. And I really wonder what the limitations were in this one. But did they just tell Viper to meme a little? Did he have certain conditions? Was he not allowed to start building villages again past a certain point? Whatever it was most definitely his downfall here. As it turns out, I said 80-20 split, right? It's more like a 90-20, good maths, 90-10 split ratio in favor of Scholars here for the army comp is not good enough for Viper. And it means that Sturzik will now be under fire and in pain as well. Refuses to GG out. Probably too busy laughing about the fact that he's outlasting Viper. Counting up the seconds that he's lasted longer than the Snake himself. It won't be much longer. And this game, I mean, do I even analyze? Do I analyze this game? Does this require analysis, folks? I think we know enough about this game. So the issue here, folks, is that Viper, like, he didn't actually form his Scholars in the correct formation to counter out these opponents. So when you have this many religious figures, actually the formation you're meant to take is you're actually meant to form a circle, and then with the blood of your enemies, draw a pagan symbol to summon a greater demon of corn that will then win the war for you. Because Viper was unable to do that due to his lacking of the understanding of demonic ways, they weren't able to win. So really the reason they lost this, it's not even on Sturzik. It's the fact that Viper is a terrible demon summoner, and it means they lose.